Hello, hello, and welcome to another coffee talk. Just getting started, so I'll give a few minutes to let everybody log in. For those who are watching this after the fact on YouTube, this is my taping of my live stream that I do on Instagram. So, hope you enjoy. Hi, Mom. Hi, Marcus. Hi, Don. Just making sure everyone can hear me all right. Hopefully good. So, I'll wait just a minute, let everybody get logged in, but today we are going to be talking about the immune system. Ooh. And what you can do to help boost it, especially since some of the states are opening up more during the whole COVID stuff that's going on now. So some of the states are opening up more, and then they're seeing some resurgence of cases or an increase in cases. So I know I've been trying to not focus on the negative and we need to boost immune system stuff like I was doing very early in March and in April, but we kind of need to constantly be working on that while all this is going on. So I'll give just a few minutes more, maybe another minute, let everybody get in. While we're waiting, how is everyone feeling? How's everyone doing? Marcus is cold. I'm good, Mom. Thanks for asking. Crossing fingers for Dawn to take the weekend off. So I'll go ahead and get started with announcements first. First and foremost, I'm doing these every week. Friday at 1 is pretty much my standard time for these. So if you know anybody that's interested in a variety of holistic topics, we'll be talking about everything. So like last week we talked about chi stagnation. Week before that we talked about this, that, and the other, essential oils, all sorts of stuff that I know about that I want to share with you. And also announcing if I'm doing fun little classes and stuff like that. So announcement for next week for Tuesday at noon, I'll be doing a metal class on Zoom. Your Smiling Buddha now has his official Zoom. So instead of doing the Google Hangout thing, we're going to use Zoom. So that way it's a little bit better feed and it's nicer to use between all the different platforms. Works well on a mobile, works well online. And that's $20 per person or $20 per computer, basically. So if you have some friends that want to share, I appreciate more money, but at the same time, Zoom is free. To be able to log in and view it, it's completely free for you. On my side, since I'm hosting and setting up a business account with it to be able to do longer classes, then it was a charge for me, which is why I was waiting until I could start up again, just to make better business financial decisions. So Google Hangouts was handy and free for both sides. This is going to be awesome, though. But I'll send a link if you want to come. It's $20. I'll email a PDF workbook for you, talking about all the different stuff that we'll go over. Basically, kind of some of the same stuff that we're going to talk about today, but more in depth and focusing on the metal element. So we talk about foods, we talk about massage areas, acupressure areas, points that you can do Reiki on if you're a Reiki practitioner or a Reiki student or master for that matter. We talk about essential oils, gemstones, herbs. So yeah, we talk about a lot of stuff that focus on that particular thing. So, so let's get started talking about what we can do for the immune system. Cool. So, food and drink. Number one thing you can do. So, I'm basically separating this into 5 categories. Number one, food and drink. Eat your medicine and drink your medicine, not necessarily take your medicine. So, if we eat with the seasons and try to stay healthy from what we're eating versus a lot of prepackaged stuff, then we're going to have a better ability to fight off infections. And that's any type of infection and any type of disease in general. The better fuel you have going into the body, the better your body can run. Scientifically, sure, there are people who eat all amazingly healthy and get sick. That happens. But if you can help improve your chances, I say we go for it. So, number one, eat with the seasons. And since we are in spring, starting to get closer to summer, it's all about greens. And you see green everywhere. That's what you're supposed to be eating right now. Greens. Lots of nice leafy greens. Kale, spinach, broccoli, you name it. Arugula, all the different random lettuces and things like that. It's great to have this time of year. Cucumbers, mint, all the different herbs that are also growing and plentiful. And also sour things, especially vinegar. So vinegar, there are different schools of thought on taking like a shot of apple cider vinegar. Me, I like to have my vinegar either in the form of pickles, so then I get my green cucumber, and then I get my vinegar. Or I like to mix it with olive oil, so I get good omega-3s, and then I have a vinaigrette. Green asparagus, also good. Green peppers. Basically anything green and ideally leafy. Like that's fiber and stuff like that. It's just really good. What you're getting is awesome. And citrus. So along with that sour flavor like vinegars, citrus is also plentiful this time of year. It's also eating with the season, and citrus will give you that nice natural vitamin C. Plus it tastes good. So a little bit of citrus vinaigrette on a green leafy salad, you get everything. The other thing is warm drinks. So it's warm, or it's getting warmer. Right now it's cold in Germany, so meh. But in general, the weather's warming up. You even see me today. This is cool/iced coffee. So warm drinks are ideal, especially teas that are high in antioxidants. So green teas, your herbal teas that have a variety of different things, anything you buy, immuno-boosting tea would be great. Astragalus makes a great addition to that. So sometimes you'll find that in all the different immune system teas. Echinacea is pretty good. There have been a few studies with echinacea and with elderberry that, especially with COVID, that it could increase certain symptoms if you're taking too much of it. The amount that you're getting in the herbal tea packets, though, I don't worry too much with it. From an herbalist standpoint, it's not a medicinal dose of the herb, so it shouldn't cause any problems. That being said, if you're drinking 50 of those tea packets a day, then you're taking medicinal doses, and you need to be mindful of that. Also, some of the things like echinacea and elderberry and even elderflower to a degree can have an interaction with those that are immunocompromised. So people with HIV/AIDS, people who are on immunosuppressants for organ transplant, different things like that. Possible, even sometimes people are on immunosuppressants for autoimmune diseases like Lyme's disease and lupus and things like that. So to be mindful of it, what I usually say is with any of the herbs, in China, quite often you would treat Western medicine with the herbal medicine and they just deal with it. in the US, because you see me and you see your Western doctor, and you may have weeks, months in between those visits, your interaction between who's giving you your Western pharmaceuticals and myself is far removed. Not so much so in some of the Chinese hospitals and even Southeast Asian hospitals. So I say start small, and you can always titrate up. If you start to get any symptoms or kind of slightly weird stuff, then come back down or maybe take it out altogether. But the amount that you would get in like celestial seasonings, immune boosting tea or whatever should not cause an issue. But it is just enough to boost your immune system a little bit. So, food. We talked about tea. The warm drink aspect of it, it can be hot, but I know right now hot is, for me, I don't want to drink anything hot. It's too hot. Warm is okay, room temperature. So what I usually suggest doing is making like sun tea, or make it warm, steep your tea, and then just let it sit and cool down, but not drinking it iced. I know I'm drinking iced coffee today, so I'm not leading by example. But those warm drinks help to flush the upper respiratory system, and that temperature typically, especially if it's hot, will actually kill some bacteria. It's not going to kill COVID. The heat drink is not going to do it, but what it will do is wash it through this upper respiratory system and in deeper in, so you can get it to the gut. The idea of washing that bacteria into the gut is then you have hydrochloric acid in your stomach that can break down a lot of things. So there is a method to the madness, so to speak. So that's 1. 2, essential oils. So tea tree oil, amazing. There was even actually I think they're still in existence, a multi-level marketing company called Melaleuca. And they're named after Melaleuca, which is the name of the Latin name for the plant, tea tree. The tea tree plant that we get tea tree oil from. Tea tree oil is a natural antimicrobial. It's good for fungus. It's good for bacteria. It's good for viruses. So as an immune boosting thing, great across the board. You can use it very... you want to dilute it. You don't want to use straight tea tree oil, and that's the case with almost every essential oil. You want to dilute it with a carrier oil, just because using that, if you watched the essential oil video, you know, neat, N-E-A-T, just like you drink whiskey neat. Essential oils neat without a dilution of some point or some part is going to be a little bit strong for the body, can cause chemical burn, can cause a reaction with the body that we're not looking for. So tea tree oil is one of those, because it's a fairly strong oil. You want to dilute it a little bit with a carrier oil. You can get it. I love my Eden's Garden stuff. Their oil's super reasonably priced. So tea tree oil, you can add a few drops to your antibacterial stuff that you're using. If you're using hand sanitizer, you can add a few drops to your hand soap. You can steam it, so that way you can smell it, and that helps boost immune system that way. You can also add it to your shower routine. You can add it to your body wash. It can, with some people who have like that combination dry skin, it can cause a little bit of irritation on occasion if it's too much, but just a few drops shouldn't cause a problem. And you can help boost that. It's also really good for toenail fungus. It's really good for that too. So not really necessarily an immune boosting thing, but you know, it is, you know, we naturally have these bacteria and funguses on us. It helps decrease the amount that's on there. So good for that too. The other thing, and I talked about it with the essential oil class, was my 5 favorite essential oils. We talked about Thieves Oil. Thieves Oil is trademarked by Young Living, but the Fighting Five is Eden's Garden's version of that. And I have most of those essential oils from that formula in my metal spray. So this one has mint, eucalyptus, Moroccan rosemary, and lemon. The only thing it's missing is the lavender and the clove. So it's one of my few that doesn't have lavender in it, but almost everybody has lavender essential oil at home. So if you want to add that to it, you can. And what you can also do is just take a few cloves and throw them in there if you want. And then you would have basically a thieves concoction if you want. Since I have clove and that cinnamon type stuff in so many of my other sprays, I didn't want that in this one. I wanted this one to be much more camphorous to help open up the nose and stuff like that. But this metal spray, the essential oils in it are known to help with immune system. So there's studies on it. You can look it up. So I like to hit here. Another thing, since we're masking up, remember, mask up. If you're going out, I don't care if your state or your location is saying don't do it. This helps protect me. And then if I do it, I help protect you. And that's the idea, is we all embrace the suck of walking around with these things on, because it decreases the amount of water droplets that are out. You're not breathing mine in. I'm not breathing yours in. Yay. So it's not that this is going to save you from catching anything out there. It's decreasing the amount of virus that you would breathe in. And that enables your body to fight off the stuff normally. So mask up, especially if you're going in public. If you're going out shopping and having to get the essentials, mask up. One of these, even a bandana. Bandana's not great, but fabric masks, you've seen pictures on Instagram of me wearing my fabric ones that I got. But one of the things you can do with these, because breathing your own breath can suck, especially if you decided to have garlic for lunch, which I did. Also an immune booster. So I'm going to spray this with my metal spray. And now it's wet, so that's not good right now. We don't want it wet. But once it's dry, I'll still get a little bit of that smell from it. And then I can breathe it in, just like if you were in my office, I would spray it here and you can breathe it in. So that's one way you can do it. Love it. And now it smells good, and if I breathe in it, I'm breathing that in instead of, well, I'm still breathing my own breath, but at least it smells good. So there's that metal spray from me. And I have a bunch of this, and I can ship. So if you want to do an order, you just let me know. I haven't got my a website set up to where you can order online yet, but if you want to do one-on-one orders, I got you covered. Eventually, I think I'm going with Etsy. We'll see what happens the next few days, week maybe, who knows. So there's that. The other herbs. So we hit food and drink, essential oils, herbs. So specifically, I like this little buddy. So now this is from Dao Labs, which I'll give y'all the link for. Actually, I've showed it a few times in my Instagram, but this one, I know this package says cold and allergy. They're rebranding it to say immune boosting. It does the same thing. It's the same packet from that to this. They're just changing the packet up because immune boosting or immune support makes more sense than just saying cold and allergy, because then it's good for flus, it's good for this, it's good for that. So this is based on a traditional Chinese formula that is known to help improve your immune system. Number one ingredient in that is astragalus, which I was talking about with the teas. Astragalus, you can get it in the health food section as a separate herbal supplement, but it works best, any Chinese herb or a lot of these herbs that you can go get inside the Whole Foods or Sprouts or whatever cool market you go to. The Western idea of taking these herbs, and what happens is a lot of these companies read a study that came out of China or came out of South Korea, Taiwan, Thailand, wherever, and then they take that one cool ingredient and do a very Western medical approach and say, hey, this one cool herb, let's take a whole bunch of that one herb. And we don't treat that way very often in Chinese medicine. We have a few that we would do that way, but generally speaking, we mix them because we want that interaction between the different herbs When we do that, we can increase the efficacy of the primary herb, and then we can also sometimes decrease side effects that can happen from the other herbs. And then some herbs naturally are a little bit toxic for the body. So then we can add herbs to it that decrease that toxin. So instead of like a Western approach where you're taking this one little thing they've studied and that one little thing in the lab had this effect on a cell, that works really well for Western medical studies. It doesn't necessarily work great in the body. So this works great in the body. And the nice thing, this one is pear and ginger flavored. One thing you'll know about taking Chinese herbs, those who have taken raw formulas or even granule formulas, which this one's a granule, know that they can taste crappy. Chinese, my first herb professor had a saying in that because we say herbs have a flavor of sour, bitter, spicy, or sweet, or whatever. He said they have one flavor, and that's bad. Because almost all the formulas, by the time you put them all together and you boil them down to get an actual medicinal formula from it, tastes like old cough syrup. And that's not pleasant, and people tend not to like to drink that. Especially Western palates. We tend not to enjoy that herbal bitter flavor that is more part of Southeast Asian culture. So this has a little bit of natural flavor added to it. Pear and ginger. So now it tastes good. It's also effervescent, kind of like the little airborne tablets that I've been telling everybody to do. The thing I like about this formula over airborne is this is better if you're healthy and you're worried about getting sick. Airborne is really good if you are going to be in the thick of it, or you're hanging out with somebody that's sick. So you want to send your immune system to the front line and be ready to fight. This is better to be like, hey, you know what? If you need to, you can. So this is a better daily type of immune boosting formula versus doing the airborne. Airborne is especially helpful if you get that first little, I think I might be coming down with something feeling. That's when you want to reach for the airborne. This one is good preventative, full preventative. So, nice. 1 to 2 packets a day. You order it in like a 25 pack. I have the link in my bio. I can also send it to you if you want. And if you use Smiling Buddha SD as in San Diego, as the code, you also get 10% off your order. Cool thing with this one, this company, Dao Labs, they also do auto ship. So you don't have to even remember to say, hey, Gary, I'm out of my herbs. You sign up, they'll ship it every month. And you're supporting me, and you're supporting them. And they're a smaller business. They're based out of New York, but they're awesome product. They're really, really good product. And they have other things as well, like joint health, women's formulas, sleep formulas. You've seen me post some stuff about it. But this one, I wanted to talk about it. The name of the Chinese formula translated is Jade Windscreen. And it has a nice dose of astragalus in it and a few other additional herbs to help bring your protective chi, your wei chi, out to the outside to be able to fight stuff. Hi! Thanks for joining. So I'll do this since I'm kind of in the middle-ish, I always remind people I'm going to post this on YouTube later in case you're coming in late. I do also share it to the story, so if you click up in the story and watch it you can watch it in full once we post. So if you ever come in late to one of these, you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to catch it later. So yeah. So we're doing... The other thing I want to suggest as far as supplementation, we talked about herbs, vitamins, and minerals. So namely, especially for helping to prevent COVID and to boost immune system fighting this particular virus. But this is the case for all viruses and all bacteria. These are good, basically your 3 top vitamins for it. Vitamin C, which everybody knows. And if you don't, newsflash, vitamin C is really good for you to help fight off colds, flus, viruses, bacteria, everything. There's even studies on it being helpful for cancer. Crazy, right? So vitamin C, Usually I would suggest going the route of airborne because I like the Chinese herbs that are in it. As far as my vitamin C, right now, I'm getting, because it's seasonal for it, it's a good season, I'm eating my vitamin C in addition to taking a multivitamin that has my vitamin C in it. Vitamin D, as in dog. Vitamin D is amazing. Vitamin D is great for your joints. Super amazing, awesome for you. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Vitamin D is also, they're seeing some links, especially from COVID, for having coagulation and these kind of, there's kind of like two types of patterns that are going on. There's more than two, but there's this weird flu, horrible respiratory stuff thing going on. And then there's this other one that's hitting people and they're not really having any upper respiratory flu-like symptoms. They're just having blood coagulation. They're getting blood clots. And that's weird. But one of the things that they're noticing is with those that have had a high morbidity, or those that have passed from COVID, is there's a high percentage of those, of the deceased, have low levels of vitamin D. Now, one of the things in the West, especially for us, we tend to be, a lot of us are working indoors. A lot of us are working at a computer. We're not getting outside and getting vitamin D through sunlight. Granted, West Coast people, we tend to get out a little bit more and it's sunnier, so we tend to be out more year round. But we're still seeing cases out here too. So most people do not get enough vitamin D naturally. We're just not getting it like we used to, especially since we're having to use sunscreen to prevent. Anyway, vitamin D, take it. So for me, I take a supplement that has vitamin D added to it. I use Ollie brand, and I'll talk about that here in just a second. But vitamin D supplementation, amazing. Same thing, vitamin A. Vitamin A is really good for boosting immune system. Awesome vitamin. Your B vitamins, which you'll see them, sometimes they'll name them niacin, thiamine, blah, blah, blah. Vitamin Bs, all of them are great. B12 tends to be the one that gets all the credit for being an immune booster, especially if you're vegetarian or vegan, you tend to be low in B6 and B12. So mushrooms are a good way to naturally get that, and also like spirulina, things like that are microbes that are usually okay vegan-wise. You can go that way. Fermented foods can give you some of the B vitamins too. But supplementing B vitamins is important in general for the vegetarian and vegan crowd. So my vitamin of choice. Everybody has their favorite vitamin. Everybody. Personally, I like Ollie, O-L-L-Y brand, because they taste good, they're chewables, they make me feel like I'm a kid when I eat them, and I notice a difference when I take them and when I don't take them. For me, that's a huge market. Like, that's a marker for me. If I don't notice that I'm enjoying it or that I'm getting a physical benefit from taking this, then I don't want to take it. Like, it's just expensive pee then, so why would I want to do that? So, I like Ollie brand. I take 2 of them. I take their standard multivitamin, the men's formula, so men's, women's, whatever you want to do. And then I also get the one that's called Flawless Complexion. And I like that one. They used to make their plain vitamin D. They haven't been making that one right now. I don't know if they just sold out of it due to people going crazy at the beginning of COVID. I don't know. But Flawless Complexion is the one that I like because it has a bunch of natural antioxidants added to it. So antioxidants, you hear the phrase thrown around. Basically, when your body breaks down food and breaks down everything, goes through its natural cellular life, like how they make energy and move and do everything, all the little cells in your body, they produce random ions. This is at the molecular level. This happens. So you produce these little ions. Those little ions are oxidants. Those are the oxides. Those are the little things that are floating around freely, free radicals floating around in your bloodstream, in your body. And when they like to hang out, they create a very acidic environment. And acidic environments are great for the growth of things we don't like. We don't usually like to be acidic. We want to be neutral, maybe even a little basic. This one time you want to be basic. So, what I suggest doing is taking either a supplement, or like we said with green tea when I was talking about drinking your warm beverages, things that are high in antioxidant help clean that out. So then your body can work at a more optimal speed, basically. You're basically trying to create the most ideal biodome biosphere inside your body to promote healthy cells and enable your body to fight off the stuff that it needs to fight off. The cool thing about doing stuff like this to boost your immune system is it can also help treat other stuff too. So if you're boosting your immune system and you're feeling better and you're able to fight off bacteria, viruses, funguses, and things like that easier, then your body can focus on the other things that are going on with it. Joint pain, sleep, stuff like that. So if your body's not worrying as much about being invaded because it can easily knock it out, then it can help you heal from the other stuff. So boosting immune system also boosts the other stuff too. So self-treatment. Ear seeds. So ear seeds for immune are tons of good ones. Tons of different points that you can use. The nice thing, there's an awesome kit. I'll have the link set specifically to that one. They're stainless steel, latex free, yay. Kit for immune support, or immunity support is the name of the pack. So it helps decrease inflammation, helps boost your immune system to do what it's supposed to do. So I would do ear seeds, self-treatment wise. You can also do acupressure. We talked about doing like the tapping and moving of stuff up here in the lungs. That helps activate that area. I've done this in a few of the videos. The other point, you can Google it, stomach 36. Stomach 36. You can massage it, stimulate it, tap it, do Reiki on it. Just make that point happy. It's on your shin. I'm not going to show you where it is today. Let you flex your Google muscles. Stomach 36. Or tune in for the next time I do my Earth class. And we'll talk all about the wonderments of stomach 36. The last thing, so first, food and drink, seasonal eating, green tea, stuff that's good for your immune system. Essential oils, tea tree, fighting 5, eucalyptus is awesome. Number 3, herbal and vitamin supplement. Dao Labs, immune support. Vitamin C, D, A, technically B2, so A, B, C, D. Self-treatment, ear seeds. Last but not least, Qigong. So, there's a video on doing Qigong that I have in my actual thing as far as self-care stuff. You could do that. There's an awesome technique that I looked at, and I really like this one. And if you give me just a second, I'll show you how to do it. I just have to set the video up. But while I'm doing that and getting into a better position so I can show you the video, let's have some questions. Who's got a question? Ta-da! You can see me. Okay. Give me a little bit better view. Everybody still there? Give me a thumbs up if you're there. Any questions? Any questions so far before we do this? No? Fancy time? I'm just going to go this way. Okay. So, the Qigong that we're going to do is following the meridians. So this is a good way to kind of go, huh, this is the crazy stuff that Gary's been talking about, the meridians. So we're going to breathe in, bring the hands to the chest, breathe in, and gather that chi into the chest. You can let your arms relax down. You can push them out, either way. That one's not important. We're just doing a little starting breath. So breathe in to the chest, and then we're going to slowly bring the chi down from here towards the thumb. Then we're going to breathe in again. So I'm going to do this so you can see. Down this way towards the thumb. Then up this way from the pointer finger up to the face. But we're going to come here. And then we're going to go this way with it. Down, repeating what we did on this side. To the thumb. Then up to the face. So we're going to try that so you can see how it looks. I'm trying to give you the best view. I think that'll work. My office is only so big. Actually, let me just move this back. There we go. I think that'll work better. There we go. So, breathe in and down. And then we're going to come in. I'm going to trace the thumb. Come up the pointer finger, the index finger. And then come out this way. And then come out this way. And then now that we're up here in the head, I'm going to let that breath go for a second. But now that we're up here, we're going to take this chi, this energy, and we're going to breathe it down, past the knees to the feet. We don't have to go all the way down with it. This is the idea. We're sending it down there. So we come in, we did this, whoop, whoop. We come up here. Then I'm going to come up the inside legs to the abdomen. And then we're going to come out from here, up around the chest area. We're going towards the pinky. So we're going to go. I'm going to bring it up again. Pinky. But this time we're going to bring it up. So we went out. We're going to bring it up this way. Come down here. And then up this way. So in, out, in, and out. And now that we're up here again, we're going to bring it down the back. So, and it's coming down the back side of the body. So we're doing that motion to encourage the flow. So I'm kind of doing this like wee with my hands down the back and doing a little knee bend just to help encourage that chi, that energy, the breath to sink. So now that we're down there, we're going to then breathe up the inside of the leg again. So we're going to bring it in. And bring it up in here. And then now that we're up here, we're going to bring it up to the chest a little bit. Then we're going to come out the middle area is where we're sending the chi. And then we're coming up the middle area here. Then now we're up here. One last time, we're going to bring it down the sides of the head. This time we're sending the energy down the sides of the body. So I like to go with my hands kind of straight down to encourage that chi to come down this way. And And then when it gets down to the feet again, we're going to bring it up again on the inside. And hold it here in the abdomen. You can finish with a little rub if you want. Finish with a little that. So let me take a sip. And then we'll do that as one full flow. You know, see what it looks like. Okay? Relaxed knees. Feet about shoulder width apart. Facing forward. Knees slightly bent. Breathe in. And down. And then in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. And in. And out. Remember, this one's pinky. And in. And out. And in. And out. We're coming down the back. And in. Into the middle. And out the middle. To the middle finger. Up. In. And out. And in. And then one last time. Out. Down the sides. And in again. So, just a few good deep breaths like we're doing like that, getting the chi moving. So, even from a Western standpoint, if you're not into this whole chi thing, Gary's crazy. That's fine. That deep breathing that we're doing, the diaphragmatic breathing using our diaphragm, is moving blood up and down because venous return is crappy. You need your movement. You need deep breath to get the blood back to the heart, to oxygenate it and back to the body. So doing that improves your blood flow, makes your blood optimal so you can fight off disease, fight off pain, fight off anxiety. It's amazing. So just from doing that breath and movement, I already feel better. So try it. Hopefully you tried it with me. And we'll take a few minutes just before we're done and see if anybody has any questions. Anyone? Don't all jump at once. Well, I'm glad she did. And you can do that every day. I picked it up from another acupuncturist I watched during some training while I was watching during COVID. And he actually claims that it helps him fight off jet lag. So maybe it's even good for that. I don't know. But I've been doing it a few days and I really like it. It's a good one to do in the morning. Even just doing that in the morning kind of gets you moving and gets things popping and cracking. And I like doing it in the evening. Perfect for you. Yes. So, if no other questions. Did you have any questions, Marcus? I know Mom didn't. Meine deutsche Mama did not have any questions. I think Mom might still be with us. I don't know if she has any questions. Sometimes the view count on this thing is off anyway, so. No. Okay, so, in review, if you fast forward all the way to this, 1, seasonal eating, warm drinks, greens, yay, green, sour stuff, vinegar. 2, essential oils, tea trees, awesome. Any of the, like, Fighting 5, stuff like that that's anti-inflammatory, throw it in your antibac. Throw it in your hand soap. Throw it in everything. Mist it, diffuse it. Awesome. 3, supplementation. Dao Labs, immune support. Yours may even still say cold and allergy. It's the same thing. Just they are changing the envelope. Vitamins A, B, C, and D, especially A, C, and D. What else did we say? Oh, ear seeds, immune support, ear seeds. Order them. Yay. And then, last but not least, Qigong. Rewind, watch the video, watch it on YouTube later. Follow along if you want. Maybe I think I may do a video of that one so people can hang out and do it. I may do that later. We'll see. But if you have any ideas for next week, because doing this every week, that's a lot of new stuff to think of. And I think of lots of things and can talk about a lot of random stuff for an hour. But I want to talk about stuff that you want to know about. And the downside is that everybody wants to know about the same stuff that I usually talk about last week. They just didn't watch last week. So give me some ideas. And then I'm happy to go over some stuff and happy to make this about you. Yes. So for the YouTube videos, if you click on my profile on here where it says Smiling Buddha, you'll see a link there and it says Linktree, blah, blah, blah. If you click that, you'll get a little pop-up and you'll see a YouTube video that you can click on. But otherwise, I can send my mom a link as well. But that way, everybody who's watching this on Instagram or live bio, that's also where you'll find the link for the immune support. It's where you'll find the link for the ear seeds later. So I'll have all 3 things linked so that way you can go, oh, this is what Gary said I should do. I'm going to go do this. And if I'm smart, I may even have a link for the Amazon, for the Ollie vitamins. We'll see if I can figure out that later too. I don't know. But if you don't want to support Amazon, totally understand. The Ollie, Olly brand that I really like, you can get those CVS. I think you can get them at Walgreens. I know you can get them at Target. I think even Walmart's carrying them now. But hi, Daniel. Sorry you joined in right at the end. I'll post this to the story, though, and then I'll post the YouTube so that way you can watch. But basically, stay safe. Stay healthy, stay happy, take some time to yourself, and if you have questions or if you have some ideas for future topics, shoot me a message. I say shoot me, I might do this. You can also do this. You can also do this. If you have this, you can do that. But anyway, bye. Love you all. Mwah.